Just send the cheesecake through the Discord.
Yes.
We'll
Let
play
me
Among
make
Us
sure
to
that
see
my
who gets
Twitch
it.
is muted.
We'll play Among Us and Last Man Standing gets the JPEG of the cheesecake.
Thank you.
Did the VR Among Us ever come out?
No, I think it's still like coming soon.
I think
Oh,
there
yeah,
is a
no,
shitty version of it somewhere.
There's a crap version of it on VR
It's
chat.
in VR chat, yeah.
Yeah.
And
So I
think that's probably
can
what it-
hear everybody, and I can see everybody that has a camera on.
On the Twitch? Okay, great.
Yeah.
Hey.
What is that?
I'm so tired. Whoever lives above us literally drops like a barrel of something every single day at least once, but sometimes it's like 10 times a day.
I'm pretty sure
I'll
that's
do my
just
best to
their
cut
dog.
back.
Well, their dog jumps off of a trampoline every single day.
They drop their dog 10 times a day.
Yes, and it's a large dog.
Just pick him up and launch him.
It's an
It's
Akita.
heavy. You're gonna move it. Somebody's got to.
Are all the volumes okay? Urk? Do I need to turn anything up, anything down? It's kind of
one
hard to
sec.
tell on my end. You know, Wolf, I'm waiting on the alpha for a VTT that I want to try to use. And they have it has VR and AR support.
Cool. Also,
You do sound fine.
Okay,
I want to
great.
point out that I found this really stupid thing, right? Where you know I've got the standing desk.
Yeah.
If I'm looking at the right spot when I hit the standing desk while I'm in the VR, the entire VR world just goes.
That's so dumb.
Stella could be a little louder.
Stella could be louder. Let me turn you up
A little
in
bit.
Discord. My
I
ears.
was like, who the fuck is Stella?
Sorry.
Tara, you want to talk?
1, 2, 3, like a bird I see, because you've given me a most
It'll
beautiful
work.
set of. Okay.
What in the world are you singing there, darling?
Is it something copyrighted?
Oh,
Because you
we're-
should not do
Oop.
that.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Don't make me kill you.
How dare you?
Don't you know songs are forbidden on Twitch?
Yes. Music.
Sad too.
Let me see.
That is the fastest route to the River Styx, you know.
Oh, it
It's
says-
Okay,
acetone
Karen.
TOS.
What?
It's acetone TOS.
Precisely, my dear chap.
No?
Cool.
T.
Not that I know of.
Oh.
If you ask me, it's all a
Because if you
toss-up.
like makeup streams.
Yeah, acetone does not go in your face, my dear.
Well, I didn't say it did. I'm just saying
That's what
it's
you said.
involved in the makeup process. Is it not? I don't know.
Involved in the nail
You know what does
process.
go-
That's
well,
what you
wonders-
melt nail
you know,
polish
though.
with.
On the note of
Yeah.
makeup,
What you melt,
nitroglycerin
like-
does wonders for the skin.
Several things with.
I hear
You
it's a
can
burning
melt acrylics
sensation.
with it.
I think the only like liquids that are banned on Twitch are bodily fluids
Okay.
and
Yeah, you
illegal
can play
substances.
drinking games.
The only
I'll find a way
liquids
around
banned
it.
on Twitch are bodily fluids and
Illegal substances.
That sounds like a challenge.
Wait, does that mean if
An
I
easy
like
one.
if I like spit up my like if I like drink something and it just like out of my nose, I'm banned?
It means that they technically could ban you. They don't.
Gotta say, if it looks enough like throw up, they might.
Yeah, they'll ban you for throwing up on stream, for like showing spit. Like if you spit on
gonna
stream,
get
but you
doomed.
try to your best to like, you know, keep it off stream, then typically like they're not. It's not just they have a bot watching you 24/7 that's like, oh, that's a bodily fluid. Like if I take a sip of something and accidentally, you know,
Okay.
a little bit of
Okay.
spit.
Dribble.
But like they
Okay.
don't
They're
want
very
you being
familiar
like,
with
look
how
at
to throw
this
up on
bloody injury on stream, and they don't
Right.
want you to be like, oh, I just threw up. Look at it.
What are they, British?
I don't want you to do that either. So
Look at this
Yeah.
bloody
I
injury.
believe Twitch has just thrown the gauntlet to us to get banned for a liquid other than an illegal substance or bodily fluid.
Did y'all see? Okay. Did y'all see the Japanese Splatoon, fucking challenge thing?
No.
no.
A bunch
There's
of
more of the
Japanese.
IRL Splatoon stuff.
No, listen. A bunch of Japanese streamers did a challenge to see who could get banned first, and they
Oh,
changed the
yeah.
opacity on like the paint in Splatoon so that they could green screen porn while they played the game.
That's awful.
And they were trying to see who could get banned first, which the answer is all of them. They mass banned all of them.
Makes sense.
So goal accomplished, but dear lord.
At what cost? The sacrifice of innocence?
And their Twitch account.
And their Twitch account.
I think a bunch of them were affiliates too. I think they're couple partners.
I gotta say,
Oh wow.
I feel like one of those two things is gonna hurt a lot worse than the other. The other
Um,
one,
Can
Is it
y'all
the one that
confirm
pays
that
rent?
my nail sound is not picking up on my mic?
I can't hear
I
it.
didn't
don't hear
notice
it.
it until you said something.
Is the sound picking up?
No.
Not anymore.
Okay, good. Because
Yes.
uh,
It literally wasn't until you mentioned it. That's creepy.
okay, how do I get it?
Wait. That's not Birch.
Yeah, that's not me.
What is it? Who is it?
I assume it's Greg. Because that's the only person we can't see. But I cannot
yeah.
confirm. But they have
Because
a
we can't
slushy, and I
see Greg.
assume it's the styrofoam sound.
That
Huh?
could be a case.
You framed the innocent.
Yeah, it
Stella.
would make sense that it wasn't me because I could hear it.
Oh,
Am I
Sarah.
making drink
it
noises?
would make sense. It
I
wasn't
think
me.
it was
That
just
could-
like you grabbing the styrofoam. We could hear the styrofoam noise, and it
Let's find
kind of
out.
sounded like the nail.
To
Yeah,
be fair,
that's styrofoam.
if I didn't have audio filter, y'all would hear everything. Because I know
That's
like people,
fair, yeah.
people in my Discord, whenever I'm in the
I'm gonna
call,
mute
they
myself
can hear
in big
people in the
slur.
other room over my mic that I can't even hear.
Yeah, we can hear your family arguing
I will be right
downstairs.
Yeah.
Why are they arguing?
Isn't that how
I don't know.
everyone's family is?
I mean, I think everyone occasionally
Yes.
argues.
Precisely.
I'd like to
Arguing
argue that point.
I would like to debate that point.
I'd like to cry about it.
Welcome back, Birch Bees.
Where the
Because my
fuck
pajamas
my
are-
straw?
I feel like I
threw
wasted
my
mine.
straw.
Why then?
Nice.
Wait, are we actually?
I took
Are
my
we?
cup
Are
to
we
get
actually?
the slushy all slushed and it went
We are in fact
flying.
live.
Yeah,
Oh,
we've
no.
been live.
I know
For
we've been live.
nearly 10 minutes now.
Wait a minute.
Oh
be back.
no. I'm
Oh,
nervous. I just
no.
want to play D&D.
You know what's happening.
Is it dog time? Fake dog time?
Just turn off
Oh.
his camera.
For anybody who cares about what happened last week, Wolf bought a dog because he
Oh, yeah.
showed it to me.
It's a
on
brand new dog. Totally did not have it
whenever I
before.
first hopped on. Never seen before dog.
Never seen before latest model dog.
I'm really hoping by this time next year we can do the stream in person instead of online. Thoughts?
I'm really hoping by this time next year we can stop lying about dogs.
Okay then.
Do you?
I mean, sure.
Yep.
The-
Especially since we're in person and he can't keep up the charade anymore.
Do you have Elden Ring makeup?
Me?
Yeah.
It's a spider web.
No, it's a spider web that I put on 2 seconds before we had to get on the computer.
So I had
There's an
I had
Nugget.
an amazing
Chat.
request. A young kid that knows my parents from church asked my parents if I could solve a Rubik's Cube. And so I was requested to film myself solving a Rubik's Cube and send it to this child. And I just wanted to bring it up because I thought it was adorable, I guess, is the right word for it.
It's cute, yeah.
Like, wow.
Koala.
Now, I haven't gotten a reaction, but the dog isn't real, that's just a puppet. Chat has decided, aka one person in chat, out
Chat
of
has
6
spoken.
people.
Greg.
There, I put
koala.
on my DMing glasses.
I would like to. Yeah! I would
They
like
feel
to
so
share
weird.
I would like to share what Midas told me the other day. So we're looking for a house, right? That's made clear. He literally was scrolling on realtor.com and was like, I wonder if Ark and Bunny would share a duplex with us. Because he saw a duplex for
I
sale.
was like, let's just buy this duplex and then rent out
What?
the other half of it to Ark and Bunny.
I'll
A
do it.
duplex
Gladly,
is
if
a-
I had the funds to do it.
A duplex is a two-family house. Typically, the person buys both and then lives in one and rents out the other, or rents out both
Where
of
are
them
you
if they have
going?
other places to live.
Fair.
So, if we end up buying a duplex, we would probably rent out the other half of it, and I mentioned it would be kind of funny for y'all to rent it, because
Y'all.
then D&D nights would be very easy, and we would only have to
We
wait
need-
on Wolf.
And
No,
also,
we
I
need-
put it on the
completely
wall when I
mandatory.
We need
rent you.
A duplex with a garage, and Wolf can live in the garage.
Rent
I'm
goes
gonna-
up
the
if we're
first-
late for D&D.
Rent
The
goes-
first thing
There's-
I'm buying is a
I'm not-
megaphone.
I'm not good enough for an actual home. I just get a garage.
Well, it's a duplex, and you're
We'll
only
fit
one
a doghouse
person.
in the back. It's fine. You don't have a dog, so there will be plenty of room. Don't even have to share.
He
Okay,
does have one now, I just saw it.
I
so
think he's renting one.
I do in fact have a dog.
You have a
Yes,
dog that you
But
rented.
Noah, have you seen what chat said?
it's just a puppet?
Is it pooping?
Chat doesn't believe it's a real dog.
And you know what? They're the ones that make the decisions, because they're the ones that give me money. Therefore,
Mhm.
No.
I'm gonna go ahead and run the intro, and then we will get started for tonight. I've made some changes with audio settings, so anyone in chat, if I need to change anything audio-wise, like sound levels, please let me know. I've tried to make it to where I can solo out the music for y'all.
You took too long. Chat has left.
Chat has left. That is unfortunate.
This slushy's killing me.
That is sad.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and
I'm
roll the
listening.
intro, and then we will go from there.
This time.
That's great. Tiny intro complete. Okay, so where we last left off, you all were hired to travel just north of Capital City, kind of on the outskirts of the city itself, to an apiary, which, if you don't know, is where you farm bees. There were reports that this place had become haunted from the previous owners. And upon arriving, you did a little bit of investigating before something found you, and kind of started to stalk you through the window. And then eventually you go up, you knock on the door, which then prompts the haunted skeleton beekeeper to come out and face you. With some interesting smoke abilities and summoning bees later, you were eventually able to defeat the beekeeper, and then we kind of skipped over the section where you fought the beekeeper's significant other, Skeleton, as I didn't want to drag out the session to 2 a.m. So, but we're just going to go ahead and say that y'all won that fight, because that one was easier than the first one. With that being said, y'all have officially cleared out the apiary. You are free to go about however you see fit. What would you all like to do?
Have I?
Well-
Festival time?
Well, I would like to possibly at least check out that windmill, but also that house.
We already did that though, because that's when I got my honey.
Yeah, you did pick up some honey
Oh.
from the windmill. The windmill
From-
was mostly
oh.
storage, although that is where it was kind of like built in layers, and the first layer was like where the bees actually were, and then as you go up, there was storage. So you found some honey that may or may not have diseases in it, and then
Botulism.
yeah, botulism.
Botulism.
And then if y'all want to explore the house, I don't remember if we specifically did that last session. So if there's anything specific that you're looking for, we can roll for it. If not, I can give you kind of the general layout of it. See if anything piques your interest.
I would like to see if I could find like a book or like an altar or anything on like necromancy.
Okay, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Yeah, 15.
A 15. Going through the house, the bottom floor, which is the stone-walled section of the house, looks like mostly storage, grain storage, honey storage, etc., etc. Kind of going up the central stairs to the next floor. This looks like the main part of the house. There's the kitchen, a bedroom, kind of like a dining area, and a fireplace. On that story, you don't seem to find anything. And then the third story kind of leads up into the attic space, which looks mostly empty, but you don't see any signs of necromancy.
Okay.
I was muted. I'm dumb.
Oh, you're fine? What's up?
I also want to look around the house for stuff. I want to like try and figure out what went down here and like look for like maybe a diary or something.
Maybe a
No, I
diary?
can't
Okay.
confirm. He is dumb.
Yes. Okay, go ahead and you roll me an investigation check as well. Or perception, your choice.
Perception or investigation? I will go with perception, which is a 14.
What just happened? Did I just get a... Oh, sorry. I need to... Sorry. I have my alt in here for the music, and I'm getting notification sounds on it, and I don't want that to come through on stream, so I wanted to fix that real quick. You said you rolled a what for investigation or perception? 14?
14, my fine sir.
With a 14, it's kind of hard to tell what happened. You do know from the job description that the two beekeepers here were kind of an elderly couple, and the current theory is that they died of something natural and then something unnatural made them come back. Though there is no solid proof of that. With that being said, you do find a just a general diary in the bedroom, kind of in one of the nightstands. What languages do you speak?
I personally am able to speak Common, Elvish, and Orcish.
Okay. This is in Elvish. And it just seems to be kind of a day-to-day diary. Flipping to the end, you see there's probably about 40 pages until the end of the book where it just kind of stops being written. But there's nothing about necromancy or skeletons or cursed bees or anything like that. It
No,
just
of
seems
course
like
not,
a
but,
general
like, about the
day-to-day.
live.
Yeah, it's just a
Anything
general
interesting, like-
description. Well, okay, so anything interesting? I mean, they are beekeepers. This does look to
Yes.
be, this does look to be like the wife's diary.
Right.
And you can see like throughout going through a couple of the pages, you can see like she had written like a love note, or like she tried to do poetry. And it's
Cute.
okay, but it's not like amazing. Like she was a beekeeper, not a poet.
Seems like she was the bee's knees.
I'm so glad you told me because I was about to ask.
Told you what?
Just, oh, how good were her poems?
Oh, yeah, they're mediocre.
Ah, yes, the honey. The honey is the bunny with the bees in the knees.
Once was a man
to
for
do
man
the
tucket type
trees.
stuff.
That is the poem. Wait, what?
Can I have a look at that?
Sure.
Thanks. And I'm gonna kind of like go through it a little bit. And is she an only writer, or does she possibly have any like sketches with her writing or anything? And is there any like almanac-y type stuff, like
Almanac-y?
yeah, like beekeeping instructions or like weather for bees or
To be
something
honest,
else?
Probably
she's
not
kind
in
of
the
dull.
diary.
Dummies.
I would say there is a book or two that kind of, it looks like they had taken their own personal notes about weather over the years, and kind of issues that they've dealt with in the past, and how they dealt with them. So they kind of started to make their own type of almanac for beekeeping. And you see, like, they were at this for a while, because there are 5 or 6, like, full, thick books full of notes on beekeeping. Sorry, I can't find my last die.
Okay.
Here it is.
Is I'm going to go to like a little almanac book, and I'm gonna look for a page that appeals to me that has some writing about weather, about bees, and maybe has like a few sketches about certain bees and behaviors. I'm gonna rip that out, and then I'm gonna go to her diary and choose one page with a poem and rip it out. And I'm gonna tuck them into my stuff.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna
now,
hand
why
the
are
back.
we-
Hand the book back to Stella.
Tara, what languages do you speak?
I'll put it back where I got it from.
I speak Common, Thieves' Cant, and the 2 that I'm not going to tell you out loud.
Okay.
So no, I cannot read the Elvish, but I mean, to me it just looks like I'm guessing it's about the equivalence of me looking at a page of French and like I can like pick out a few words, but I definitely can't read the whole thing. But it's pretty, so I'm keeping it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's pretty.
Tara, dear, is there any significance to those pages?
Yeah. And I'm just gonna
Reason?
kind of like leave it at that and just walk back downstairs. Or I guess just like aimlessly look around at the other stuff. But I'm gonna kind of like obvious that there's not really a continuation. I mean, I'm not saying you can't
no.
press. If you tried to press, I might react. I'm not trying to shut you up.
Mark, I
Sure.
know you
Leave it
saw
there.
it and read through it. I believe Wolf did too. But, Birch, did you see the new section in Roll20 labeled
No,
Local
I can't
Legends?
find it.
Did I do it right? It should be... So in your journal, there should be the Characters tab, then Local Legends, then Notes.
Found it.
Yeah.
I didn't get that.
That's not important right this second. I just wanted to
All
make sure
I
that you saw
have?
it. Right now, I'm slowly adding to it. I can't write
okay, sorry.
I can't write,
Sorry.
you know. Expect me to write World History 101.
Well, the way
for
you had
an
talked about
entire
it before,
world.
I thought you had like added a lot to it, so I was.
Was I
Well-
supposed to have that?
No, I'm
Not yet.
still trying to come up with yours.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to I'm gonna keep slowly adding to that tab, but right now Stella, Tara, and Tuvala all have one. I'm working on Greg's next, and then I'm gonna
Nice.
add more. But I don't want 13 articles to be about this one person, and no one else have anything. So I'm going through one by one, and I'm gonna try to keep them relatively even, so that you'll all have the same amount of secrets and lore.
Nice.
I just wanted to make sure that you saw that. With that being said, what do y'all do from here? It seems like a cozy little home, but you, at least in the house, you haven't found anything necromantic or evil or nefarious.
You said cozy, and the first thing my brain went to is long rest. No.
Yes.
No.
Right now, on
Can
the
never
floor.
have enough of them.
You were literally like an hour or two from the guild hall,
And
and long rest takes a week.
As Tuvala's like picking little bee stingers out of her feathers, well, y'all, I guess next logical step would be to return back to the guild hall, let them know what we did. That we survived this
Away from the
mission.
guild hall?
Huh?
How long have we been away from the guild hall at this point? Have we left?
Just like a. I will say you've been gone for like 12 hours at this point.
Okay,
So
so
Would we be traveling at night if we left now?
it's pretty close to dusk right now. So you'd probably be hitting, at least a few hours of the night, or an hour of the night, as you're only like an hour or two away.
Shouldn't be that bad if we want to travel now.
Yeah.
yeah, I think that'd be fine.
Okay. Stella, any objections? Since you're just kind of
None
sitting
for
there
me.
chilling.
Got to
None
say
for
anything
me.
you're interested in, Stella?
Do what?
Oh, just seeing if there was anything you were interested in here.
No.
Okay.
We can head
Alright.
back.
So you start your journey back towards Capital City. With that, I'm gonna pull us back to this map. Okay. So, coming back into the city, you've only been gone maybe 13, 14 hours. But you can, you're starting to see, kind of as you start to walk through the streets, few more people than normal, or even last time you were here. A couple of decorations being hung up. Some people inebriated walking about the streets. And you all would recognize this as kind of the beginning of the Day of Ash, which, while it sounds like a one-day celebration, most definitely influences at least a full week. With that being said,
Big
you
party,
have,
girl.
kinda, yeah. You have no trouble coming back to the Golden Oak Guild, and as you open the door, you see this place is now full. It is packed with people. The only table open is the one beneath the stairs. And you see Dia and Marilli currently shouting at several people. Looks like they're in the midst of too much paperwork for the two of them. They don't even notice that you immediately come in.
Stella, looks like one of the local holidays is currently going on. Day of Ash,
Yeah.
I believe that man said.
No, I gotta. Yes. I didn't have time to just sort out the dice.
Have you worked through one of these days before, one of these holidays?
Oh, not the Day of Ash.
Oh, so it's a first for
I
you
mean,
too.
I've been around for holidays, but I haven't been working here then.
Tara, what about you? Any holidays here?
This is my first Day of Ash, and as far as holidays, usually avoid the crowds. But I do notice that there's usually some more excess of spicy tea and good things like that. Treats, sweets, pastries, donuts, cookies, bread.
Spicy tea.
Well, anything that has a little bit more flavor to it than black tea.
Tuval is gonna look over to Stella. I think that she doesn't know what alcohol actually is.
Greg knows.
Leans over. Probably. Like
I-
cuffs put like
I
whisper.
know what alcohol is. I just don't
I
have the
figured-
taste for it as often.
Understandable. I just thought there was a possibility you wouldn't have known if you tried it.
Well, actually, where I'm from, we have a lot of specific alcohols, wines from I think I just broke because
Because you're trying to come
I
up
was
with
gonna-
something
okay.
that fits the world and you can't.
Well, here's the deal: is because of the world. I was gonna say we have a lot of, like, Mirans and things, but I don't think rice grows in the desert.
Nope, it doesn't. Pretty
Says
much
you.
everything requires water.
Rice grows in marshes.
Well, yeah, but here's
That
the deal.
is the opposite.
Quite literally,
Ah.
yeah, perpetually wet.
I don't
In
know
fact,
if.
there's
I
two
don't-
things called imports and trade.
Okay, but here's the deal. Okay.
Do you know why Japan grows so much rice? Because it's all wet. They're a little island. They've just got water.
Okay, here's the deal. Colby messed me up because we started discussing. I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna. A tiny baby lore don't.
I'm sorry, was the DM whispering like improper rice farming techniques in your ear?
No.
Was he
Here's
sitting
the
there
deal.
going, yeah, it's
This
a
is
desert
why.
plant.
This
It's a
is
desert
why.
plant. Listen,
No,
you don't
listen.
water it. You don't water it. You
Listen.
just piss on it and hope for the best.
This is what happened.
Like,
Where I'm
That's why it
from.
tastes so bad here.
Where I'm from is like Asian inspired. So I was
You
going
know.
to give like a little Asian tidbit and then realized that he put the Asian inspired that like all of the architecture and culture and all is very based on like
Also, I'd like
Korean
to point out,
and Japanese, like where like that kind of culture, but he picked it up out of that kind of ecosystem and dropped it in a desert.
Just keep in mind,
They
I
can
did
still
tell you
make-
specifically, this is not based on any
It's not based. it's
Eastern
inspired.
culture. This is very, very loosely inspired by,
I know.
in terms
it
of
is.
the architecture and clothing
But
and
I just
weapons.
completely messed myself up because I was like, yes, we're gonna have some nice. you
That being
know,
said,
and then realized that we
that
don't
being
have
said, the
rice.
cities in the steppe desert are built on like oasis grounds. That's the reason there's only 3 cities in the steppe desert, is because they're all built around the only freshwater source in the entire desert.
I don't
and
think it's not
it-
moist
it's-
enough for rice.
Probably
Yeah.
not. But
No,
you
Aqua-
can
Aqua-
grow
Aquifer?
at least some kind of grain, is what I'm
You
saying.
know what-
What was it that the Romans
know-
made?
guys, I just want to say, you know what the great thing about fantasy worlds is? 1, we can say plants work differently. 2, there's this thing called magic, which means
Yes.
we don't have to make plants work differently if we don't want to.
Yes.
Fine, I still have my
Rice is now. Wait, what's the name of it? I can't think of
What?
the word. The type of
What?
plant that requires virtually no water.
an air plant.
No.
Um,
The ones that you like buying so much.
A succulent.
Yeah, rice is now considered a succulent. You're welcome.
Wonderful. Okay. We have special rice succulents that produce the greatest of wine. That people in my
Brilliant.
city drink like water.
How to cause chaos as a DM? Make rice a succulent. 2. Profit.
3,
Okay.
add a druid with plant growth.
at a druid.
4. Rice is now sold in front of Lowe's.
5,
exclusively.
Yes.
Lowe's is now
Canon.
Home
yes.
Depot.
Lowe's is canon.
Lowe's is
Midas.
now canon. What?
You're
what about Home
welcome.
Depot? They need a competitor.
What?
No, look. We
You're
got
welcome. They drink rice wine like water in my village.
Oh boy.
Hold on.
You are from the biggest city in that area of the world.
I know.
It's gonna be full of drunk people.
I still call it a village.
Not
I know it's a city.
necessarily.
It is
I-
a
like, I do
massive
wanna share-
city.
I do want to share that that's a character thing. Like, it's a massive city, but I refer to it as a village.
Okay, so the real way that rice is grown in the city is 1, a mixture of magic and technology, as they have a very well thought out hydroponic farm that uses the oasis's fresh water to grow vertically instead of horizontally. That way they don't need these massive marshes. They just hydroponically grow the rice succulents. You're welcome.
This
Cool.
is
Awesome.
I was gonna say grow it in the sewage system.
look, chat. You didn't
Recycle.
know it. You didn't know it, but you're getting a lore stream.
It's a lore stream. Time to unveil
Exclusively
everyone's
rice.
secrets.
You're welcome. All I wanted to do
No.
was talk
Do
about.
I have bad secrets?
You don't have very many secrets, like, at all. Compared to
I think
everyone
I
else, you
gave
have,
myself-
like, none.
Who has
I
the
think
most
I
secrets?
gave myself some and then just didn't tell anyone because that's what I do when I world build, including you.
You
I
should
should
probably
start
tell
right-
me the secrets.
Oh yeah.
I'm,
Yeah, no,
I
I'll
am,
get in
I
there.
am. I am also curious about that.
Who has the most secrets?
Not
You.
Me.
Who?
Do I count?
Not DM. DM does not count. DM is not a
No.
player.
Oh,
Of
is not
the
a person.
characters, who has the most secrets?
Tara, you have the most secrets. I can tell you
Sorry.
now.
true.
It's either Tara or Stella, but I'm not sure.
I have a Hannah Montana situation.
I
Well, no,
think
not a Hannah
Tara.
Montana.
I think Tara. But, like, Stella's
Why?
not that far behind.
Oh
I want
my.
to share that I usually play characters that have 0 secrets, so this is a like very different situation for me.
Then for me, I was like, I didn't think I had that many.
What do you... I don't know
Why
who
are
that
you-
is. Lies? Wait, who's lying? Oh my gosh.
You know who this is, El?
Yes.
Can't see it.
It's Eve.
Okay. Oh,
can't
Tara's
see-
lying? Did y'all take
Oh.
the table under the stairs, by the way?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
It's because
So,
the Lady D
as
DLC
you're
came
all
out.
having conversations, Stella and Tara, you both see as a familiar face wanders into the bar.
Oh my. Is it who I think it is?
Which one is it gonna be? You know, like 17,000 NPCs. You
I know.
see
Who it
a
is.
shorter half-elven girl wearing deep blues and golds. She kind of comes in, and you see she walks up to the half-circle bar where Dia and Marili are, and you see she kind of hands over like a small, not package, but like a small bundle of letters, and she hands it to him. And you can see they're talking for a minute. But if you have any conversation,
Is that who I think it is?
Yes.
yes,
I
it's
do.
your favorite NPC.
I thought it was. I thought it was.
So
I
what
can
I'm
know
gonna
who your
do
favorite
when I
is.
see her walk in, I'm going to reach into my into a pouch on my belt, pull out a silver coin, and I'm gonna flip it over to her.
Across the entire bar,
Yes.
And then everyone clapped.
make either an athletics or an acrobatics check. Acrobatics only to give you the benefit of the doubt with dex instead of strength.
21.
A 21, you flip it, and while she's not looking at you, as she's currently discussing with Dia and Marili, you manage to, like, land it, or it like, hits the bar just next to her, and you see it scares the crap out of her for a second. But it just kind of bounces behind the bar, and she, like, quickly looks over, and sees two of her familiar friends with two unusual people for this side of town. And she kind of waves really quickly at you, and then she turns around and looks like she's trying to hurry up the conversation with Dia and Marili, as you have now gotten her attention. But they still have something to discuss.
A friend of yours, I presume?
Yes. Indeed. It's your tour.
She's the sister of the second, I think as Marili would call it, possibly broodster of the tavern.
If you, that's one way of saying it. She,
I don't really know what she says. Broody, but broody sounds kind of like a chicken to me.
Does sound like a chicken.
After a quick talk, you do see as Yuritora starts to make her way over to your table. Before she kind of, you can see she's almost like half skipping, kind of over to your table. She seems genuinely excited to see at least the two of you that she knows. She walks up and goes, "Hi, friends. Who are new people? You guys made friends. That's great. I hope. Unless do you owe them money or are they friends?"
We went on quest together.
I would
They
like
let me
one.
out of this place.
Congrats. That's great. And she kind of like looks over at the whole party. I'm sorry. I'm Yuritora. Who are you?
That just sound like off-brand Harry Potter music in the
I'm
background.
gonna look up at Tavala to see if it's my turn or not.
I'm just gonna like look down at Greg, just nod my head. Go on, say hi.
I
Greg
am
and
Greg,
Tavala.
and I'm going to once again fumble through the pockets. Out comes a business card.
She kind of does like a little half bow as she takes it. Goes, "Hi, Greg. It's nice to meet you." She kind of like takes a quick look at it. She flips it over. Her eyes go a little bit wide. "It's nice to meet you," and she sticks out a hand to try to greet you with a handshake.
I wouldn't
I'm
do
gonna
that.
like
He's
slide
spicy.
a hand into like my little robe and like do this and hold it out. "It is good to meet you. I am poisonous."
Fair enough. I appreciate
Quite
you looking
spicy.
at it. Spicy? I don't think that's the right word, Stella.
Spicy skin.
And you see as she
Yeah.
kind of like looks up as you're, I think, taller than her by a decent margin. She looks up at Tavala and goes, "You're really pretty."
Thank you, dear. Reaches
Greg's just
down a
gonna
nice,
nod.
reaches down a feathered hand. "Hello, I'm Tuvala Strix. Nice to meet you. And I wouldn't so much as say your companions made friends as we made friends with them. They were ones that took a little bit of convincing."
Fair
Speak
enough.
for you.
That's kind of how it went for us too. I had to, you know, she kind of elbows Tara. Make them be my friends.
Really,
Just kind of blush.
Sarah.
Someone else had to crack your shell like a nut.
So, are
Do you
y'all
prefer to be
new
referred to as what?
guild members, or just here for the Day of Ash celebration, or you said
Yes,
y'all went
new
on a
guild
quest?
members.
New guild members.
Who
nice.
actually?
My my brother's
we on
a
a few.
guild member.
Oh,
I don't know if you met him.
do you go on
He's
adventures together?
Lionel. No, I'm currently going to school. I go to the Wizarding Academy, east of here, the Whirlpool Wizarding Academy, and she kind of motions to her very like regal-looking, like deep blues, of almost like a school uniform, but very like wizardly, like long robes. And you see like it's like a dark, almost like navy blue with a like a
Like,
gold
yeah,
trim.
Ravenclaw.
She goes, "I'm going to school to be a magically inclined. My brother joined the guild to help pay for it. It's not cheap to be a wizard."
Oh, I
Sounds like
can't
being a
imagine
doctor.
so.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to go on missions with him yet, but hopefully one day I will once I graduate.
Oh, I honestly believe one day you will, and you'll have to come join our party one of those days.
Definitely.
You see, Tara kind of like shift awkwardly and kind of blush as if like the thought of being in the same guild had like that long had never even crossed her mind.
She kind of goes, "Well, I'm here for the celebration. We get, a couple days off from school for it. So if you have an extra spot," she kind of starts shoving Tara over to try to, like, force her way to have a seat at the table. Do y'all have any plans for the Day of Ash?
I was actually going to come and talk to Marilli and Dia. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna talk to Marilli and Dia and see how one celebrates this holiday exactly.
Oh, yeah. I guess you. I don't want to assume, but you two aren't from around here, are you?
Greg
No.
is from the wet forest, the swamp.
Swamp. Do you? I'm sorry. Are you from the southwest of the Moontide Jungle?
Greg does not know which way west is.
Yes, I will say.
Down and left.
Yeah. I'm assuming that's where.
Yes.
Because I know I'm in the general area, but I didn't know if I was east or west.
No, you're in the southwest.
Greg's gonna give her a solid probably.
She goes, as a part of our studies, we kind of look over different cultures and their magics, and Grung actually came up. I don't know if all Grung, I'm trying to remember, only certain Grung have magic, right?
Only the red.
Red Grung,
Even
that's
the golds
right.
respect the red because only the red are magic.
We heard about how, like, the different, groups of Grung each have their kind of skill set, but I'm still learning. I sometimes get the colors backwards.
Understandable. There are a lot of us, and we are not usually friendly. That is
Yeah.
why
Oh, but-
Greg left.
A lot of the notes that we study are found journals, not peer-reviewed, I guess is a good way of saying it.
If you would like to find more journals, most Grung hang up corpses of enemies around their camps to warn off others. Maybe some of them have some notes.
Interesting. You see, she kind of backs away just a tiny bit. I didn't know that. She kind of pulls out a notebook. You see, she has like a blue journal with like gold markings on the front that almost make like a whirlpool symbol on the front of her journal. And she flips through the notebook, and you see she pulls out. I'm trying to think. I guess pens don't exist. Pencils do. I think.
Quill?
And charcoal, quill.
Yeah,
Ink.
I'm trying to think, like, she wouldn't pull out, like, a full ink and quill, but she would pull out a different writing utensil, something more akin to, like,
Keep in mind.
charcoals. And she does quickly jot it down. She goes, I'm gonna...
I mean, she could write with magic. She is a young wizard.
Yeah,
That
but
could be, like, the first
she's
thing
not
they
an Order
will.
of the Scribes wizard, though. An Order of the Scribes
Oh.
get that, but she is not that. She does have a subclass, though. You see, she jots it down and says, I'm gonna have to ask Professor Eateril about that. I wonder if he knows.
Call Greg if you need help. I can speak Grung.
I would hope so.
Dude, she just brings Greg for show and tell.
Just holds him by like the scruff of his neck.
It's like in Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
My brain just stopped working. Owl House. It's like an
Hello.
Owl House where they have like the human club and they bring loose the human, but they just
Yes.
have like a grug.
What about my
grung
house?
club.
Just, I can speak Grung. I hope so. Can you speak Grung? No, I can't. Shut up then.
They just bring Greg to the grung club. Look, guys, I brought a grung.
Now, okay,
They
so
put me in a cardboard
you've
box with a
met-
normal frog.
Sorry, I'm taking this quick opportunity to... Y'all have met Teke and Yuri Tora. So if you go under Golden Oak Guild, under guild
also
members and
seen-
occasional patrons.
They've also Midas, sorry. They've also seen Vibra.
Oh yeah,
Vibra?
they've seen
Vibra?
Vibra, Mara, Marilli, and Dia. So I am going through and adding, there's like little tokens of them so that you can kind of see what they look like in the notes section. And I'm going to
Nice.
go ahead and add them to everyone's journals. Doo-doo-doo.
Oh, I didn't spell that name right at all.
Which one?
Yuritora.
Yeah, so you should be able to see under bar staff, you should be able to see Marilli, Dia, Mara, and Vibra. And then under guild members, you should be able to see Teke, and I don't think you've met any of the other ones. And then under occasional patrons, you can see Yuritora. Cool.
And under students.
Yeah, I'm adding that one too. So now you should be able to see a tab called Whirlpool Wizarding Academy, where under students you can see Yuritora as well. She is in 2
Yep.
places. Cool. She kind of goes, so what quest did you just come back from?
We killed dead bees.
Killed? If they're dead, how did you kill them?
Zombies.
I have-
Zombies?
Jeez.
I have a war pick, and I killed the bees again.
Fair enough.
And also, the moon was there, I think.
The moon was there, I think. What?
I'm pretty
It's
sure.
gonna be my magic.
The bird is magic.
Fair enough.
Greg is not.
Are you...
Greg has beat sticks.
She kind of like scoots up close to Tavala for a second and goes, do you happen to be a druid?
Why, yes, I am. What an observant young thing.
We've learned about some a group of druids from the Moontide Jungle. It's just interesting to meet one. You see, she's suddenly
Well.
like not more interested, but she's now fascinated.
Invested. Yeah.
Mhm.
By not only did she get to meet an Owlin and a Grung, but a toxic Grung who's friendly, and then Owlin who's a part of this druid circle that she's started studying about.
Well, much like my grung friend over here, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, dear.
Thank you. I don't even really know. It's just.
Oh?
Sorry,
No reason
We
to-
just. It's kind of like a new section of our notes about like other magic sources. Everyone in the Wizarding Academy learns through wizardry, which is, you know, really strict and really all about memorizing where all the fancy lines go. But we've started learning about other forms of magic, like sorcery, which sounds great, and druidic magic, which is much older, if I'm not mistaken. Which fascinating. And then, I mean, obviously, there's, you know, divine magic and other forms of that, but the ones that really caught my attention were kind of sorcery and druidic. Divine just kind of seems out of reach for me.
Well, I always do have respect for those that have to study and learn their magics. Not all of us just receive it. Not that I didn't have to hone my craft.
Oh, of course. I meant nothing of it. I'm sorry. If it sounded bad. I'm sure you're a wonderful druid. You're very pretty. I'm sorry.
Thank you very much, dear. Don't waste all your questions at once. Feel free to think on it and get back to me the next time we see each other.
You know what? I will. And she kind of gets up and goes, I'm sorry. I kind of lost track of time. I do have somewhere to be today, but hopefully we'll see each other kind of over the day of Ash, since I'm here for a few days. Kind of nudges Tara again. if y'all don't go out on another quest.
You'll definitely have to show us around and show us some of the festivities,
I'd like
including Terra.
that. Yeah, Tara. And then she starts to kind of walk away. Birch, I can't hear
What?
you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Can you
now I
hear me
can
now?
hear you. Yeah, you were just too quiet. What'd you say?
Sorry. I was talking about how I would be very happy to go join the festivities
Gotcha.
at the bakery.
Okay. A few minutes go by
Specifically the
of
bakery.
other conversations. And eventually you hear Marilli call out and goes, "Hey, Tavala, Tara, you guys, we didn't notice you came in."
Oh, just the elves I was wanting to talk to. We survived yet another quest. Yay us!
That's wonderful. Now, did you do it though, or did you just run away? That's the real question, because that changes whether or not we can pay you.
Tuvala's going to
Double
pick out like another like bee stinger that was like lodged in a feather that was kind of like uncomfy to sit on, and just hand it to the elf. Yes, we did complete it. Was indeed haunted.
Interesting.
By the bees.
Do you have any
I have
other
other-
proof?
Fucking, it's a tea bag. I don't know your
Tara?
name. Tara.
Tara?
Tara has honey.
I have old honey.
Yes, but from
I'm
inside.
going to very quickly.
You had to go inside for it.
I'm gonna very quickly
I'm gonna call you teabag.
He does drink a
procure
lot of
my jars of honey, as well as I'm gonna pull out the 2 pages that I ripped out,
Okay.
and I'm going to show that, and then I'm gonna kind of like not give over, but show.
Yeah.
Uh,
They both
And
kind
then
of
I'm also
speak
gonna-
up and go, okay, good enough for us.
I'm also gonna kind of like pipe in and be like, also if you have a second, I'd like to talk to you about something after this matter.
Yeah, sure, that's fine with us. Let's get you the reward real quick, and then we can have that conversation. You see Dia ducks under the desk, grabs a sack of gold, starts counting through real quick, and eventually hands
goody.
over, it's 200 gold, it's 200 gold total. Split that however you care. That's not up to us. So that's, as long as you're splitting it evenly, that's 50 each.
That sounds fine to me.
I agree.
And then, okay, we're gonna level with you real quick. There's one job available. It's for some wolves, but I think we are all of an understanding saying that you are not in a good place to take advantage of the other part of the haunted apiary reward, yes?
Other part?
You get the first bid on buying the apiary. Y'all don't remember that at all? Wow, I should not have brought it back
Nope.
up.
Oh. Well, it was a lovely home.
It was.
So,
How much
Roommate
is it
say
going
you?
for?
well, it would be the first bid. Now, typically, buildings in the city go for somewhere between 500 to 1,000 gold, with it being a little bit outside the city. You might get a little cheaper, but, I mean, unless you all pull in everything you have, I'm not sure if y'all can afford that. But luckily for you, they kind of like look at each other like, do we want to do this? And they go, we're kind of in a tight spot. We need some extra help with the Day of Ash celebrations. And if you help us with that, we will help cover the cost of buying the apiary.
That
If
sounds
Greg
you
is good at
want
lovely.
it. You can sell it after if you want like a gold reward, but we don't have the gold to give you, but we have great credit.
I will absolutely trust that. And Javala's gonna kind of like lightly speak up to the bar. Just, no one would want that home anyway. After all, it did house some beekeeper skeletons.
The bees hurt even when they're dead. Greg is trying his best to play along, but he's super rigid.
Haunted homes do go for cheap.
Just, oh, no one would want that place.
All the ghost bees. Ghost stinging and stuff.
Yes, good job, dear. Good job. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I
You can
have
see
a
they're
moment
both
there?
just trying not to just burst out into laughter.
Midas DM.
Huh? I got the DM.
Ark, your
Stella,
mom
I
is
do
texting
believe.
me.
You can if you want.
I would
That
like.
was so over
Like,
exaggerated.
right
I don't
now?
think you want to do it.
Wait, I missed something. What's going on?
I
Me
got a
too.
DM.
Oh, that's what's going. Okay, yeah, I did miss something. 'cause
You
it
want to
wasn't
do
said.
that right now?
I don't think you do.
Do it. I don't know what
I
it
don't
is,
think
but
you're
do
ready
it.
for it.
Just do it. I am the embodiment of chaos. Do it.
Do it. Do
Anyway,
the thing.
what were you trying to say, Devala?
Oh, I was gonna say I believe that you're used to helping around here, so this shouldn't be too hard for you.
Oh, it shouldn't.
And then we could be roommates.
I mean, I already have.
Okay, more DM.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Minus more-
if you want to. I will say, typically you can't just do that in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
At least not able to do that in the middle of the day and keep that a secret.
Could I go up to my room?
You could, but that requires you to not have that conversation with Dia and Marilli if you want to.
Can't have that conversation and then go up to my room?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't do it right this second. Let's get to the conversation at hand.
Okay. I was just seeing
Yeah.
if that was a
That's why I
possibility
was-
first. Let's go first.
Yeah, you can ask anything you want. It's just,
Okay.
the other part of that. So,
Where do baby elves come from?
what?
Really? Huh?
Where do baby elves come from?
You see.
So,
Greg
if
also
you-
wants to know.
So if y'all want to help with the celebration, there's a few different things we usually do every year. There's the big ball that happens in the town center. There's the parade walkthrough. I don't really know. It's like a bunch of people.
A march?
Yeah, a march. That's a good way of putting it. We kind of walk through the city together and celebrate, and usually people from the guild will throw like magics and stuff into the air to really hype up the celebration. People get insanely drunk. But then there's also the ball. It's more of a closed door event. That helps it helps fund some of the guild's activities for the year. So you have to buy your ticket early, kind of thing. With that being said, helping out with us, you would get to attend. We need help planning some of it. We need help executing some of it. So if that's any of your expertise, if you would like to help, it would be greatly appreciated. And like we said, we can help pull some strings to help you get that apiary if you would like. Yes, Greg?
Greg is good at executing.
Not
Oh boy.
kind, dear. Oh, I would help plan all of the little hatchlings' birthdays. I would love to help.
That's.
Greg will help too.
I'm actually
Oh.
pretty good at arranging floral designs.
Flowers. Never
Greg
took you
is
for the
very
type.
strong.
Okay.
Can move many
Give us
things and
just
people.
a bit. We need to talk with a couple people, but then we'll get back to you to get you in touch with the right people, okay?
Sounds lovely.
We'll check to see where y'all fit in best, and then we'll go from there. And they start, and they go, "Oh, Tara, you wanted to talk privately for a minute, right?
Yeah.
With the two of us, or just me, or just her?
Two of you is
Okay.
fine.
I guess do
Really,
y'all...
she just says the two so that she doesn't have to choose.
Have a good chat, dear.
Yeah. Bye, everyone else. We'll be back with you in a bit. Please, she wants a private conversation. Please respect that. And as you all go back to your table... What was that, Wolf?
I'm tempted to spy, but I am not.
Is this something that the players should not know above table either?
No, this is fine if they hear.
Okay.
Well, you see, I have these, and I just kind of put both of the pages that I ripped and kind of like slide them onto the table. I was just wondering, at the apiary, it wasn't just the boobies that we had to fight. It was also, and I am gonna completely casually say boobies.
Okay.
There was.
They
oh,
don't
it seemed
they don't even make a face at it.
Flinch.
It seemed like the hauntings were more for the. And this is on me. Were they an elderly couple or just a normal?
Yeah, they were an elderly couple.
They were skeletons.
That's what I thought. Well, oh my gosh.
They were
Uh,
dead.
Like they were. Okay, there was a sweet elderly couple that had lived there, and they seemed to live quite solitude, little nice lives. And well, seeing them in the state they were, all
Haunted?
fleshless. I just thought maybe if we could have a little memorial in the tavern and put up these two works. These are done by the wife, and possibly these sketches by the wife or the husband, and maybe is just kind of, I mean, they didn't really get a proper burial or memorial, so kind of is a better way to remember them as.
Sure. I don't know if we're kind of busy right this second, so I don't know if we can make a real event out of it yet.
Well, no, but maybe just framed and hung up with a little
You see,
memento memorial.
Dia pulls out a couple of small frames. A couple of them actually fit the page rather well, but one of them is like far too big. The page is like got an inch margin on each side. And they kind of hang up a couple of them, and then Dia takes out like, or either Dia or Marily. I guess this would be Dia. Kind of takes like a small, like almost like a sign type material, but it's blank, and she kind of, you see like she snaps, and her like middle finger kind of lights a little bit, and she kind of, it's basically a wood burning kit, but on her hand, as she writes, just kind of like in memoriam,
Middle finger.
and puts it like this, and puts it just underneath them. It says like in memoriam, and it says like the beekeepers or something like that. And you kind of hang it up just to the right of their semicircle desk.
Thanks. And you see me kind of like blush again and like sheepishly smile and kind of nod, and then like scurry off to my room.
Of course. And then are you doing the thing in the DMs once you're in your room?
Yes.
Okay, time for everyone else to get deafened.
Good.
Yeah.
You
What's she
get
doing?
deafened.
This means
You
Twitch
get deafened.
yes.
You get
Don't-
deafened.
Forget that Greg is not
That is a
in.
yes.
Well, we
Problem.
can
Don't forget
still
that.
hear them. They can't hear us.
Yes, but I'm saying don't forget that you have to deafen Greg in Pro Media.
No, that is not how that works. They are listening through Discord.
Oh yeah.
So just to
forgot.
confirm, no one can hear us. Yeah, we're fine. Okay, so how do you go about asking this?
See, that's the part
If
that
anyone
I
can
don't.
read lips, now's the time.
That's the part that I don't really know.
Okay. Well, usually you would do it not dissimilar from like a prayer, but more
Okay.
casual.
Okay, but how do I? I can't say his name. How do I just? Dear old dad. Is that how I was?
That works, yeah.
Okay,
You need only
uh,
think his name and he will listen. Is how it
Oh,
works.
okay. So I'm just gonna kind of like curl
But you
up
do
all
need to
comfy on my
speak out
bed.
loud.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of like curl up all comfy on my bed and kind of like legs under me, kind of rocking, just kind of be like,
There's some grade A Dunda content right here.
if you're listening, I was wondering. Well, I mean, you may find it hard to believe, but I may have found some friends, and well, I think if I'm gonna have to keep them, I'm gonna have to keep myself in close quarters with them. And there's a house for sale, and I really would like some money for the house. It's kind of like an old haunted apiary. We had to kill the people there. I mean, they were really sweet and lovely people, but haunted, and they're gone now. But I think maybe if we could keep this, I don't know. I mean, you did kind of leave me with a horrible life and no family, so maybe if I had a chance to make a family now, yeah.
I'm gonna get
A snack while
So
they
you hear
work
back.
that out.
You hear back in your head. You hear, "Oh, hi, Tara. I'm glad you finally found some friends. You want a house with them? That's moving a little fast, but I'm not sure if you know how these things usually work. But if you want anything from me, a contract must be made."
Well, I knew that. I was just thinking maybe if you had a way to get some cold hard cash, some coins in my pocket, and then I was willing to make a deal.
Gold is of no issue to me, but what are you offering in return?
I don't really know what. I don't know what he would want. What do I have to offer?
Literally anything to offer.
Like what?
Anything you think he... I mean, you know this character, right? Like... That's up for you to...
Maybe maybe a whole day of father-daughter bonding time?
What, are you going to come here?
Yeah, and well, at this moment defined here, just so that I know what I'm getting into. Is here as in
Darling, I'm on a different plane of existence from you.
well, yeah, but I could get there.
Could you
But
now?
I did want to make sure. Or I know I could figure it out, and
no.
And I just wanted to make sure that that's where we were talking about, not that you were, visiting home or something, or, well, my home, not your home. that is.
Unfortunately, I am bound by another contract that I cannot break, but I am not allowed anywhere near that city or that plane, to be frank.
What if I helped you get out of that contract?
That's not. I mean, that's not typically how it works, but
Well, I mean, I'm
maybe
sure if
you
you
can
have something
figure
out on your
something
bargain, and I
out.
could speed up the process, do something on my end that would be easier for me than you. I mean, we've worked out things like me helping you before.
Okay, how about this? I'll give you the gold you need for the home, and you have an IOU to help me get out of this contract if I can find some way of finding a loophole.
Yes, but I have to add a little subclause, if you will, to the IOU, to the contract. All I ask is that it's an IOU that doesn't put any persons that may be with me in danger. So something that if I choose to bring someone with me, then they're not in danger, and if I don't bring anyone with me, that they don't get involved. That's all I ask.
What?
Okay, that sounds good to me. So, Tara, do we have
Yeah?
a deal?
It's a deal, and you see me immediately reach my hand out to shake, and then realize that there's no one there. So
As
I just
you
kind of like,
as you reach your hand out, you can almost feel a warm hand on yours, although you know it not there. As you have
Okay, that's kinda
signed a contract, and we will discuss that later. I'm gonna pull
Aw, it
everyone
doesn't
back in the
just-
call.
wait, it doesn't just appear in my lap, and I can walk down, me and my fox happy, and be like, hey guys, guess what?
What?
I dented my cheese.
How do?
I heard something happened to your cheese.
How does I get the moolah?
After signing this contract,
How'd
you
you
feel
get
your
your
coin
cheese?
purse quite a bit heavier.
So
Huh?
I said, awesome.
Do you check how much it is?
Yes.
You have 100
Fun.
platinum pieces.
Cool. I don't know how much money that is.
That is 1,000 gold.
Is that enough to buy the house?
Yep.
Heck yeah, I'm rich. Okay. Okay,
Okay,
you
I'm
can
gonna
pull
undeafen
everyone
everyone.
in. Yeah.
I can hear
Okay,
again.
everyone can hear now.
I dented my cheese.
We heard.
We
We could
heard
hear
that.
you the entire time.
I couldn't hear anyone else.
I could hear Bunny, but Bunny couldn't hear me.
Yeah,
I
it's
couldn't
because
hear
I
anyone.
didn't mute Bunny in the I didn't mute Bunny in the Video Ninja.
Audio was in the
Video.
wrong spot.
I dented my
Audio was in the
cheese.
wrong spot. What?
Jeez.
Wait. I was watching a YouTube video when I heard that. I didn't realize you were the one who said it. And like, I was thinking, like, what in the world are they talking about cheese for?
I thought you were about to say like,
Um,
oh, I had the Twitch stream open and I heard everything, and I was like, how dare you?
Now
Right,
that we're
now.
back, everyone's back. When I was talking to Dia and Marilli, and then I went upstairs, where did y'all go?
I was just chilling.
I think they went back to the table, right?
About to say, back at the table, having just kind of like a celebratory drink after the.
Probably would have split to go
Whole thing,
sort
yeah.
out guys and such.
Okay. So you'll see Tara kind of after about, I don't know, maybe about 20 minutes, kind of, run quickly and excitedly down the stairs from upstairs. Her,
There it goes.
fox companion at her heels. And I'm gonna kind of go over really excited to the table, and I'm gonna get there, and my fox is even gonna jump up on the table and kind of circle around, kind of like sharing in my own excitement. And as soon as I get there, I'm gonna start to speak, and then all of my energy is
I'm
just
losing
going
the
to
strong.
disappear. And I'm just gonna kind of like embarrassedly sit down at the table, and then just kind of, so about that mission, hey baby, about that mission, and the apiary and the house, and well, not saying that we don't have to help anymore. We can still help. But I actually have enough money for the house if we want to get in. I really think it would be a good idea, and we can go talk to DM really right now, and they don't even have to help at all. We can pay for it in cash right now.
You just have that much cash?
Like on
I-
hand?
Been well in pocket right now actually. Maybe I shouldn't say that. I mean, I am a rogue. I know better.
You shouldn't say that in the middle of a tavern, no.
Every eye is now just looking at you.
I'm gonna like
You just had a little too much, everyone.
I'm gonna like slightly like hand on my knife, just, and I'm gonna break into a whisper like, yeah, actually, yeah. So if we want to go that route, we could do that right now.
What's the urgency of you to buy this house?
Bees.
Y'all
Clearly.
just seemed excited, and it, yeah, and I'm gonna like completely, absolutely like defeated, lost for words, just kind of like shrink back into my hole and just kind of sit.
Well, your assumption wasn't misplaced. We definitely want this home. And clearly you do as well. I mean, we could always put down a possible down payment and then just help them so that the down payment kind of reserves our spot there, but we could always just help and then get them to pay for the house. So that we can save some of that money.
I don't want to take my mask off, so I'm about to try to make this entire cheese wedge into a sandwich I can just drop in there.
Kitty, I to DM, but you are on my arm.
We're gonna... Hold on.
If I can do
Whoa,
this.
B, you're a DM now?
No,
I
Here we go.
gotta congratulate you on the promotion.
promotion?
Sorry, mates.
Cheese and cracker.
Oh no,
I think...
That
I
looks
think
kinda
too
ice
much
cream.
cheese.
No, it's so cool. Hold on.
It looked like an ice cream sandwich with this ice cream part being ham.
Ew.
That's what it looked like. And
An entire
Minus
Baby
two.
Bell cheese wedge
Hold on.
has just been dropped
would-
down the mountain.
I would draw our attention back towards the game, but
Yes.
I am actually not currently present at the table.
Oh, where are you?
Told you I went to go get dye stuff sorted. So I would have went back to where I
So you
stay.
didn't hear my whole thing?
Oh, you went back home?
I would have go get dye stuff sorted.
Okay. You go and start to get that stuff sorted.
You didn't hear my whole thing.
No, I didn't hear any of it. I'm not there.
This hurts my feelings.
B,
Oh, there's a
you
lot
should
of
have
cheese.
another category in your notes now.
Oh gosh.
I mean, you asked where we went, and I said it. So
Did you look at DM?
I'm looking at him right now.
I want to see.
Oh, I was looking
Oh,
at.
I found it.
Nothing in particular that wasn't discussed.
Okay, cool.
DM said, "Cause I said so." Rules.
To be fair, there is a rule in the books that literally just says all the rules are whatever the DM says they are. even
Yeah,
if they're
that's
not
rule
visible.
0.
Yeah, what do you think I just said?
Yes.
Stupid. DM, can we make this a point system and take away points from Wolf?
Yes, you have -2 points.
I have negative inspiration.
Now, everyone starts out with an undetermined number of points. I am now keeping track of these points.
Alright,
Oh, that's fun.
And I
sick.
will
Do I
not
get
tell
points
you what
for
they are
hitting
used
things
for.
real good?
So what's this system based upon?
Can't tell
Turns
you.
out, Turns out-
It goes by
Fair.
person to person, and also if I want to.
turns out the
Well, I
point,
just don't have to worry about it then, do I?
the point system is how badly he'll blackmail us with chat.
Chat,
I can
keep
blackmail him
track
back
of
in
the
chat.
points with me. Wolf has -2 points. Someone write that down.
Everyone else
starting
has
off with
for sure something. I've
-2.
definitely thought about it.
Okay, so
Okay, look, I got
Stella
this.
went back home. Tara came down excitedly, like, "Hey, look, I have money." And then Tuvala was like, "Maybe we can finance the home."
Greg doesn't know how the housing market works, so he's just gonna stare at the table.
There's a fox on the table.
Greg's gonna stare at that, unblinking and wide-eyed.
The fox is going to. Wait.
A smart thing for a fox to do.
You don't have complete control over the fox.
I don't. I'm just
like
narrating
my
what the fox
rabbits.
is doing.
That's fair. I'm not
Oh.
trying to stop you. I'm just saying.
But I because it's a familiar. I don't know if it can do this without dying. I was gonna say the fox comes up and licks his nose, but I don't know if that would kill him or not.
What?
It would
Oh,
not.
hold on.
Licks
Okay.
its own
Grung
nose
poison
or
do?
licks
It would give the fox the poison condition for the next minute.
Okay, the fox is going to go up, sniff you real quick, and lick your nose like a little kiss.
Okay, and has to make a Constitution saving throw, which it fails. So your fox is poisoned for the next minute.
Give
Meaning
me
it
a
has
second and I can tell you
disadvantage
what
on
green
all.
grung poison does. I gotta find it.
Well, I know the stat block is it gives the poison condition for as long as you are continually touching it, and then a minute after you let go or stop touching, and then if you coat a weapon with it that deals piercing damage, then it adds 2d4 poison damage. And
Green grung's poison restricts movement.
What?
It's now
Blue
frozen.
causes people to shout and yelp against their will. Purple
Interesting.
drives them to desperately seek water.
Where are you
Red makes
reading
them
this?
shoot. I've been digging through grung guides and just compiling
Where?
all over.
Oh no, they probably found some weird homebrew site.
I hope so. Either way, I'm gonna say the fox licks me and just freezes up for a second. Either from
Sure,
shock or
why
from
not?
the homebrew. It's just shock.
Yes.
He's just like, why is it spicy?
Yes. So, where are we going from here, folks?
About to say, it would have taken them time, like before we were able to help with activities, right?
Yeah, you see, actually, that's a good point. My bad. So after Tara comes down and kind of expresses their excitement over suddenly having enough money for the house, you actually see Dia trying to get your attention. While it's kind of loud in the tavern, you can see she's like trying to wave at you and call out.
Yes, dear, yes. How can we be of service?
Okay, so you all approach as it's too loud to yell across the tavern, but they
I can
kind
yell
of
as
speak
loud as
up. They speak up. Okay, so two things. One, we found out how y'all can help with the celebration. Two, we talked to the people that we needed to talk to. The bid has been put in for the apiary. Okay? That is not the full price of it. Y'all will have to come up with some gold, but the people in charge now know that you want it. So,
that, and I'm just gonna kind of like shyly look up at Tavala. Just kind of
Put
like.
down a bid, not the entire amount.
oh,
Kind of
do you
whispering.
have? Yeah, if you want to put money down on it now, that's completely fine.
And I'm just gonna. Miss. What word?
I don't.
I'm gonna look up at Tavala again for permission. I don't know how to. I don't. What word am I?
I don't know.
Permissibly? That's not a
Confirmation.
word.
Can I bring something important to y'all's attention real quick?
Yeah.
I made these the other day. This is 2 cookies with cookie dough frosting in the middle.
That's amazing.
It's some good shit.
Oh my gosh, it's
Ark
a
was
lot of
very
sugar.
helpful with them. And this is why my camera's off.
Okay, so
Well-
how much money are you putting down on the desk?
I'm still looking at Tavala for permission.
Worst comes to worst, I say at least put something down at like if you can cover the entire thing. I'm assuming you have it like 1,000, so I'm gonna say like 250.
250 what pieces?
Well, it's like 250 gold, right? Or no, it's like 1,000 gold, right?
Yeah, the house
It
would
would be
cost
1,000
about
gold.
1,000 gold. Which, to
So
be
you want me to
fair,
put-
is very cheap for a home, considering that plate armor cost 1,500 gold.
Considering this isn't just a house, it's an apiary
Yes.
with a
I
windmill.
thought you were about to pull the. It's not just a house; it's a home.
It's also haunted. So,
Not anymore.
yeah, it was haunted, so it's cheaper. But I said the price of 1,000 gold before I realized, or before I remembered that plate mail is technically 1,500 gold. So I'm saying that 1,500 gold for plate mail is for very nice plate mail.
To be fair,
Fair
though,
enough.
I also want to point out a commoner would never in their life think of affording plate mail.
Yeah, a commoner in normal D&D is supposed to make like 1 gold a year, I think, and also a sickle costs 1 gold, so every farmer has to work by hand for a year before they can even afford a sickle.
That's
D&D
problematic.
economy
Okay.
sucks.
Okay, so I guess
I
I'm
simply
going
would
to
not farm.
listen.
I would lay down
And
and die in my field.
Am going
In my field.
to move.
How much gold you putting down?
I'm really bad at math. I'm going to put down what she said and put down 250 gold pieces.
Do you have 250 gold pieces?
I'm doing math. Or is
Do
that
you
not
have-
okay?
Have-
So you put down what you actually put down out of the money that you came into recently. You see as Tara pulls out 25 platinum pieces and just sets them down, and they all look pristine. There's not a mark of dirt or distress on any of them.
I'm just gonna lean over to Tara and whisper, "Have you recently robbed a bank?"
Is
Yeah,
this
Dia kind of.
counterfeit?
Dia looks up and goes, "Time out." And you see as she marks something in the sky, as she is casting, wait, what is it? Is it
Guy, right?
detect? Wait, what is it? Zone of
She
Truth?
immediately checks it through.
Zone of truth is a truth.
Zone of Truth. Okay, so she's casting
It
Zone of
summons one of
Truth
those-
on you.
Oh,
So,
It summons one of those
Tara?
little markers that tell you if a dollar bill is fake or not. And she
Tara,
just
make a
scribbles.
charisma saving throw.
oh gosh. Ah.
You can also willingly fail if you want.
8.
8? Okay, so you fail. So she looks at you. She goes, "Are these real platinum pieces?"
Yeah, of course. Why
Did
Of
you
course they are.
steal them from someone?
No, of course not. I may be a rogue, but I'm not really a rogue who steals. I'm a rogue who avoids.
Interesting.
Everything.
And she drops the spell like, she's telling the truth, but where did she get 25 platinum pieces? She has not worked that much for us.
I'm really good at saving.
I also doubt you pay that
I
well.
already dropped the spell, so I can't tell if that's the truth. I mean, okay. You see, they kind of take it and they start looking through them and go, these look like brand new. Where the frick did you get...
So really good at keeping things safe.
Okay. They kind of put it behind the counter and go, that's a side of you I never thought I'd see.
Somebody been dipping in the wishing well.
Yeah, there was just 25 platinum pieces at the well at the apiary and no one checked.
Oh jeez.
I would be very
I've been
upset.
meaning. I meant to check that stupid well.
Well, you're trying to buy it, so just go back
Check
and
it
check
when we
when-
move in.
Yeah.
We're not
Well,
trying
well,
to buy it. We're
well, we have
successfully
here.
buying it by the looks of this.
You know what? I will be completely honest. This is so much fun. I'm loving this, but I didn't expect us to buy a house in this campaign. I was expecting us to like live and work out of the guild the whole campaign.
Me
I
too.
wasn't
Me-
expecting to buy a house either.
Yeah,
I-
but
I
the
have
option came, and
accommodations.
I've never heard of owning a house in D&D.
Greg has a piece of art
Exactly.
for the house.
I
We're
was
just
waiting
over
on
here
that.
like, you know what? Honestly, house party.
I
Greg
have
has a piece of art
accommodations
for the
already.
house.
I gotta move now. I mean, it's not much, but like,
I was gonna say, you own like 3 things. Calm down.
I know.
You
And technically,
capitalize
technically,
on
I
our
don't own
Gen
the
Z
building I'm
want to
staying
have
in
a home.
either. But like,
I finally have a yard for my wolf to play in that isn't sand.
Okay. So,
Even though the fox did like to dig in the sand, he would go dig, 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 and then chase the dirt that he dug out.
they speak up again. So, I know Stella's not here right now, but, we
Stella
talked
has
to
no
the-
idea this is going down.
Yeah. We talked to the people that are helping us plan the rest of the celebrations. Y'all will be in charge of floral arrangements and what was just decorations in general, but floral arrangements as well. Those are included of the ball in the city square. Okay?
beautification. I
um,
love it.
Can I ask where the florals are sourced from? Will they be provided? Do I have to go gather them?
Um,
So we can have a
well,
druid.
we don't really care. We usually get them either from a florist or from a magic person who knows how to grow flowers, which are often the same people. But you can gather them if you want. I'm not gonna put in that
Because
much
are they-
effort.
What I'm asking is, are they already provided, or do we have to go pick them up,
We
pay
must-
for
No,
them?
that's your job.
Do we have to pay for them? Do you give us money?
Um,
I mean, I
How
know you
about
just saw money
this?
for me, but I'm
how
not
about
money
this?
bag.
You have
Reimburse.
at least enough money for flowers. We will reimburse you after.
Okay, cool.
But we will be using Zone of Truth to make sure you're not exaggerating how much you spent.
Never.
I don't believe that for a second. Anyway, you have a couple of days to get that settled. You will all be required to dress nice for the ball, but you are welcome to come. Other than that, you are all in charge of decorations for the ball. Again, that is in the city center. So, yeah, it's kind of it's outdoor, but it's kind of between all the buildings, and it runs along the river that goes through the town. As I try to look at a map of the city again. So security will be provided. Music has already been taken care of. We're really counting on y'all, so don't screw it up. We have some more stuff to get to, So we will talk to you soon. Go start working and find Stella.
Skedaddle.
Let her know.
And I definitely think that's going to be the first plan of action, is to just go find wherever Stella went. So I know that she wanted to go somewhere that was selling dye.
More accurate, I was going to my place of dwelling to experiment with the dyes to get the colors right.
Do you believe you
already
told
purchased
us
that.
where you went before you headed out?
I mean, I probably would have said that I'm going to the place, but none of you know where that is, so...
So
Terrible,
make a
though.
perception check.
I was about to say, starts walking down the street screaming, Stella!
You can fly. Oh, Midas.
I
Also, I
can
figured out
fly.
why I don't have a swim speed.
Oh?
It's because I have a climb speed.
Yes.
Grungs are tree-dwelling creatures.
Yes.
They can't swim.
Yes.
Heyo, tree dwellers. So that was
I-
an 11.
I'm trying to remember where your place of residence is on this map.
I think it was
Fair.
left side.
Oh, I found
Wait,
it.
does
I
Stella
found
have
it.
a house?
What?
Does Stella have a house?
She lives in the guild.
Not
He
exactly.
rents.
No.
You don't rent? I thought you rent.
No.
Did you just yoink a spot
Don't
and
you
say
live
this
in
is
the
mine
guild?
now?
She's a
No.
squatter.
A professional one. Once
She's
you get
an
your mail
ooze,
delivered
I don't know.
there, it's your place of residence, and they have to actually properly evict you.
Wait, what was that?
If you're a squatter and you get like mail delivered to your address that you're squatting in, it is now your place of residence, and they have to go through the legal process of actually evicting you.
Interesting.
Like even if you're living with someone and your name's not on any of the paperwork.
Interesting.
Depending by place.
That's how a lot of people murder people.
Interesting.
Okay. So, yeah, I found where it is. I think at this point we should take our 15-minute break. And then that'll help
Yay.
y'all get a chance to kind of think about where you want to go from here, what you want to do. It'll give me a chance to use the bathroom and get cheesecake. So I'm hoping that I got the Be Right Back screen working to where they can only hear music.
have a
If someone
question.
can help me test
Right.
that would be greatly appreciated.
This is a very important question for before we leave.
Yes.
Is the festival taking place in this session?
No.
Okay.
Your
So does that mean-
planning will take place. The festival will be next
Okay.
session.
So that means we have between this session and next session to pick out character outfits for our formal attire.
Yes.
Great.
We can afford it! I couldn't afford anything in the last game.
Also, Mike, I want to point out, like, you sort the building types. By building
Yeah.
type, there's only 2 buildings that color in the entire city.
Yep.
I don't know how the hell to dress up Greg.
Give
Okay.
him a little
I'm
formal
gonna
vest.
put on the Be Right Back screen. We will be back in roughly 15 minutes.
B.
Hey, we're back.
We're back.
Welcome back.
Excuse me.
Back, I'm your mom. No.
Yo,
Okay.
I gotta say, we went up 2 viewers whenever we weren't even here. Maybe we should
Wait,
just
did we
stop
really?
showing up.
That's
Maybe we should
hilarious.
just ignore people.
Yes.
Oh, you're back? Wow, kind of
Wow.
desperate.
Look, they like not watching us more than they like
Jeez,
watching
guys,
us.
I need
They're
some
like,
space.
oh, is this a music stream? Pog.
What are all these people showing back up for? Like,
We back.
anyway.
So, as we come back to it, y'all are looking for Stella, right? That's what's happening?
Yes.
We are. It's a shame we don't have a slime detector.
Stella, with you
Really?
living
Ghostbusters?
a decent ways from the guild, how likely is it that they find you in this massive city?
Would I not know at all where to find
I
her?
probably wouldn't have told you so unless you followed me once. Probably not.
Ooh, how's it
Probably
feel to
have.
not be trusted?
That is true. I wouldn't put it past you to follow me once.
Do you want to have said that
Wait.
you followed Stella once?
Yeah, that's definitely a
Okay,
character. I
then
like to
Stella,
think
you
it's
make a
Speak of
stealth check.
animals.
Stella, you make
Stella?
a stealth
I mean-
check.
Are you
Stella?
making a
Guys,
fake
don't
history
think-
check?
Wait. Why
Yeah,
is Stella?
and then you're gonna make a perception check to see if you would have followed her properly.
Wait, wouldn't I make a stealth check to see if Stella noticed me
No,
following?
Well, I mean, you can if you want,
Because
but
Stella
you would
wouldn't
have.
try to be
So your
stealthy.
perception has to be.
I gotta say
stealth.
something.
I'm really confused.
What did you?
Okay, look, I only roll this when it's for something stupid,
Yes.
but it's a nat 20.
Okay, so
Okay.
Tara, you make a perception or investigation check, your choice.
23.
Oh.
I mean, still would have known the right direction at least.
I rolled a perception before that, but I'd rather roll an investigation. Can I roll?
Yeah.
Or perception.
Oh
sorry.
no.
6 for investigation.
Okay. I will say you are familiar with the general direction that she took, but you
Okay.
lost sight of her. So she went north of the guild, and then once she got to the just before the river, like the road before
Can
the
I
river,
see
she
the
took a
city
left.
Map, please?
What?
Can I see the city map, please?
You can click on it in roll 20. You
Oh,
go
yeah.
to the
Cities,
cities
capital
tab.
city, and then you can hit interactive map.
Yeah,
Interactive
the
map.
map is interactive.
Yeah.
Maka.
I can't find it.
It's
I've
under
literally
the
been here
cities
before, and
tab.
I lost it.
Look
Cities.
under the cities
found it!
tab. There you
There
go.
you go.
It's too tiny.
Number 11.
This
There's
is
a
why you put
link.
the link
Link
underneath
for
it.
lettuce.
Click the link that says interactive map.
There's no link. Oh, hey, look, a link.
Oh
It says interactive. Yeah.
You're so good with technology.
Poggers.
Uh,
Let's go.
So,
My day's
Um,
been made because I heard.
You know,
Both say
she
talk.
she went north of the guild hall, which is one of only like 2 or 3 gray buildings in the entire city.
I know where the guild hall is.
Yeah, it's in Murkyboro for anyone
And then
who
you went to
hasn't
the
seen.
river. What happened at the river?
North towards the river, and then took a left just before she got to the river.
I know exactly where she is, guys.
And you know that she went down that road to the west, but that's when you lost track of her. Like by the time you got to the corner and turned the corner, you couldn't find her in the crowd.
Okay, she lives here.
We can't see what you're doing.
I know. I'm trying to figure out how to.
She's alive.
Alright. So, you see the river? And you see there's like a bridge on the river on the outside of the city, and then there's another one to the right. There's like 3 there, but there's like one in the middle, right?
Oof.
right?
For anyone on
middle.
stream, there are 11 bridges on that river.
No, okay. If you look at the guild and you go up, there's a bridge, and then if you go to the
I
left,
know what
there's
you're
a
talking
bridge,
about. I'm just saying you're doing an awful job of explaining it.
and then there's
There-
another bridge at the end of the city. Okay?
Is there any chance you could pull the map up so stream could see?
I can
The
attempt
interactive
it.
map provided me too.
Well, I mean, like,
There's if you look at the middle bridge, right? Below the middle bridge is a road that is the side of a square, right? To the right of that is another square. She lives in the building at the bottom left corner of that square.
Wait, of which
The-
square?
okay,
She lives in the Mirthander residence.
Mites, if you go from Guildhall. the
Oh, I
road
found
that's-
what building she's talking about.
Yeah.
The Mythendir residence?
Yes.
Okay, she is talking about this building. Right there. Can I just, like,
That's
highlight
where
it?
she lives. You click on it and it highlights.
Well, yeah, but on stream, I don't want them to see the Mirthander residence on the left side. Okay, so that is your
Thanks.
guess as to where she lives.
Yes, that's my guess.
Okay, so you're leading everyone there?
Yes.
Okay, you find your way to this home. It's just kind of, it fits in with the vibe of the rest of the city. Like wood panel sides, on top of a, like, stone foundation. What do you do?
Well, I just realized there's no, like, apartment doorbell buzzer. So,
It looks
Yeah,
like
I've heard
a
of
single
Mountain.
family home.
I knock on the door.
Okay. A few minutes pass, and then you kind of hear,
Oh,
yes?
I just took a bite of cheesecake. I'm gonna stop.
This is great.
I got
Um,
something in my eye.
Pardon, would you happen to know in this area where a slime would live?
I mean, a slime?
Yes.
She's
yes.
very wet.
Changes color, glossy, usually shiny, like glittery. About 4 foot, a little less than 4 foot tall. Works down at the Golden Oaks Tavern. And you can tell that like my character is literally sweating because this is a lot of
Stranger interaction.
interaction.
You
I'm
see
not
the,
even
the
looking at this
door kind
person.
of creaks open, and you just see like an elderly human woman just sitting there like, I'm sorry, I have no idea who you're talking about.
I immediately I can't even make eye contact with this. I'm sure lovely woman.
I'm sure she's lovely.
She's in a
Would you-
nightgown and nothing else.
While she's doing that, can I ask like a local bird using like speak with animals if
Anyone.
it's seen Stella?
Sure. I won't make you roll persuasion, but I will ask you to roll perception using a bird's modifier. Let me look it up.
What is a bird perception modifier?
That's what I'm looking for.
Bear,
Oh, I
bear,
know,
yeah.
but just the search is funny.
Okay, it's just a straight D20 roll.
If that
Oh,
doesn't
so
work,
no mod.
No
I
mod.
have a nice mod of
You
3,
DM
but it
might.
gets nothing.
if
Wait,
that
what?
doesn't work,
It's
can
you,
I
DM mites.
send my fox to sniff her out?
It's a 15.
A 15. You talk to like this little yellow canary, and it flies up, and it kind of, you could see it's like flying around a little bit, and then it eventually comes back and just goes, I didn't see a slime girl.
Can I send my fox to sniff her out?
Do you have any friends that may have seen someone like that?
No,
Just no.
I don't
Okay.
have friends. I'm a burb.
That's
Fair.
depressing.
A little
What?
depressing, yeah. Fair enough.
Birds can have friends.
All,
No, they can't. DM said so.
all my friends already migrated south.
Don't make me adopt a
I was
bird.
about to say, can we take this bird home?
We just
No.
grab it.
What kind of
You
bird
can't
is this?
understand
It's a
the
It's a
bird.
canary.
Yeah,
yellow
you can.
canary.
It's a little yellow canary.
A little what?
Yellow canary.
Just
Yellow
one, right?
canary.
Yes, just one. There are not 7 of them
There are not 7 of them. Good.
currently.
Little bird, why haven't you migrated?
The other 6
You,
went
you
south.
can't talk to burbs.
I'm gonna
Damn it if she can't try.
heavily rolls my very large eyes, and just like taps the shoulder. You wanna?
You just see it, like, just kind of flying there, just going, are you sure? That people tend to
Sure,
not...
sure.
Okay. And he just kind of, like, lands on your shoulder and is just chilling,
It's canary
looking
time.
around.
I just look down. Greg, dear,
Yes?
don't
Greg is here.
don't try to eat the bird, please.
I assure you, I will do my best.
Immediately gonna shyly ask, does the bird have a name?
Shh, I don't want to name it. If we name him, we're gonna keep him.
Okay, I'll name it.
No,
You're
no.
you're like
Anyway.
the group dad, like, no,
Running
we
down-
can't name the animal because then we're gonna have to keep it. And then in 3
But
weeks, you're
also-
gonna have matching sweaters.
but
For no
also,
reason in particular, I
very
may have a
important-
soft spot for birds that are far
Um,
away from home. And if it's a canary, the odds that it's not like a wild bird, but it's just like somebody's pet that got out, and it's like,
Also,
yeah, I have friends. They migrated already.
Also,
Mhm.
very important question. I also would like to know if the bird has a name already. Have you asked the bird if it has a name already?
No, because I have sympathy for
Have
my
you,
DM
Ark?
and an interest in finding Stella.
Oh wow, you
Fine.
can't come up with a random name on your own. Its name is Goblicker.
I'm
Obvious.
naming him Citrus. I'm naming him Citrus.
Oblicker better.
His name is Citrus.
No, not if Orc says that the bird said his name is Koblayer.
Goblicker.
Oblicker.
Did you say that you were sending your fox to sniff for the slime girl?
Yes.
Okay, make a perception check using your familiar.
That is the worst thing I've ever heard said in a DM session, a D&D session. Oh Lord.
What?
No.
Make a perception check.
Before that. And no.
I don't know how to do that.
Okay, so roll a d20 with advantage because the fox has advantage on perception checks that oh wait, no. Yeah, that rely on smell.
It's an 11.
An 11, and then it's plus 4. So that's a 15.
That's a 15.
Okay, your fox is pointing you farther west. Well, northwest. Yeah, northwest. It doesn't go too far from you, but it is slowly traveling in the northwest direction.
Where's the directions?
Well, north is up. West
It is?
is to the left. On
I
the
didn't know
map. No, it's not tilted.
Okay, so it's sending me west?
Northwest. Pretty much directly northwest.
Is
Let's
that map
go.
under the cities tab?
Yes.
Why is it fighting me so bad?
Okay, I'm gonna go to the Eleni.
There we go. I got it.
Elatrin.
Got this.
The Elatrin residence.
Yep, just keep trying it. You'll get it.
The L train place.
Wait, which one are you? Oh. The. Wait, what? I don't see. I don't see what you're talking about.
It's on
Go
the river.
to go.
See the-
Okay, so
see the
at the
four
building we're
residential
at.
buildings on the river. It's the one furthest to the right.
Yeah.
So they went back.
Okay, well that's northeast.
Not northwest.
Oh, we're going
West,
to go.
west, leftwards.
We're going
West.
to. Hey, I know where we're going. We're going to the abandoned church of Yarrow and Croa.
Good job.
I know exactly where
So
she
you
is.
follow your fox to this L-shaped stone building. Looks like a wooden roof, or like a wood and like tile roof, but a mostly stone building. Large wooden doors with like almost like carvings of like hands like being held out like you're scooping up like water or something. On the large two front doors, but they seem to be locked.
Would like to. Wait.
I would like
I
to
would like to pick
look
the
around
lock.
the building and see if we can see another entrance in.
Okay,
I
give
would
me
like
a
to
perception
pick the
check, and give me a. Okay, so this will be a dexterity check plus
The picking
your
lock is?
proficiency modifier. Yeah. Dex
Where's
plus
my
proficiency.
It was 11.
What's the oh?
It'll be the same thing as rolling.
So just normal dex.
Basically, roll a stealth check. The number is the
I
same
will-
for your stealth.
So stealth +2 or just stealth?
Just stealth. Because your stealth is the same thing as your
Darn
dex
it,
plus
I rolled
proficiency.
low. I only got a 16.
A 16. You are unable to pick the quite intricate lock on this abandoned church. And
I
then
would
what did
like
you say for perception?
11.
11? Well, it wasn't a high DC, as you kind of get around to the western side of the church, and you can see it's not a large hole, but there's like a small, maybe 1 foot high, maybe 6 to 7 inch wide kind of gap in the stone. But far too small for any of you to fit through.
Damn.
Moonbeam!
Is there a chimney?
There is not.
I want to knock on the brick. If she's in there, she'll hear me.
You knock on the stone.
Just
Stella,
Hey,
as you are in your
Stella.
place of residence, you hear knocking on stone from outside, and you hear Tavalla's voice.
Oh. I'll make my way down. I'll throw on some clothes, make my way down, and oh,
Make-
hi. What brings you here?
You see Stella kind of squeeze through this small gap and just apparate on the other side.
Well, dear, we were looking for you. You never told us where you were going.
What I did. Also, most of the skin is gray, but then there's like different dyes on one arm where it's been dabbling with the colors.
Watching.
Well, we didn't mean to disturb you before you were ready, but we felt the need to fill you in. We got a house lined up.
We're not
Oh,
homeless.
It'd be nice.
You apparently weren't homeless.
Well,
This doesn't look like a home.
give me a second.
Rude.
It's
I'll
not
go
a
back
house,
through-
it's a home.
Wow.
I'll go back through the crack and try to open one of the doors.
Okay, from this side, you can see not only is there like a deadbolt, there's also one of the large wooden beams like locked in place.
It's going
Once
to be
it-
a pain.
So I'm gonna need a strength check to try to open that.
Yeah, here goes the failure. Inbound. Give me something high. 7.
A 7.
That sure is
You
high.
are
Seven.
unable to lift it. It's not a matter of it being too heavy. It's a matter of you are like when you are reaching all the way up to try to push. That is
Dude, I
when
have a
you are
minus-
just touching it. So
Dude, I
you're
have
just
minus
not
3 to
tall
strength,
enough
so
to
I
really
could-
push on it.
Even if I could reach, I would explain.
Yeah.
Greg can try to break the door.
Well, any
This is
broken
the church.
stained glass windows?
All the stained glass windows are in fact currently intact, though they may not stay that way for long with Greg here.
Greg can fix it.
I just
can
imagine
get in.
Greg jumping up and against the window like one
Yeah,
of
he
his
just
sticky
sticks. I am part of a tree dwelling race
After all.
and also sticky.
I will at least undo the deadbolt.
Okay, you undo the deadbolt. So now, on the outside, you can actually use the door handle. It's one of the ones where
You
you
got
press
this.
down. It's not like a knob that you twist, but you press down
The
on
like
it.
thumb thing.
Yeah, it's one of those. And you're able to do that, and the door kind of jiggles, but you can tell that there's something like blocking the door. What do you do? Tara!
Huh?
Ignored.
Okay, never mind. You don't get to know what just happened.
Wait,
I
I heard
mean-
what happened, but I don't.
Well, you were the one trying to get in through the front door.
Gave up because she came out.
I did come out.
Fair enough.
Okay. So we're trying to open the door because you were at the
Yeah,
front.
but-
This may
you were at the
only
back.
be a spot you
I
have
don't
access
care
to.
that much to go in.
That's fair.
I just care about talking to Stella.
Yeah. That is fair. And to be fair, Stella was only trying to open it out of courtesy, but cannot. So would probably come back out and say such. I'm sorry, I can't seem to get the front door open.
Greg, no.
Oh, that's fine, dear. We. Well, the thing is, he wouldn't be able to undo the bar from the outside, meaning he'd just have to break the door.
Uh-huh. And then,
then
we'd
it's a
be
lot.
in.
It's a lot less of a sanctuary that way, but is it worth it? Are there clues inside still? Lore?
Perhaps.
Come on, Stella.
What is
Tell
lore
us.
are you speaking of? I'm unfamiliar with the concept.
There
That
is
means
an
there's lore
option
in
that
there.
y'all have
We've
not
gotta go.
considered yet.
I mean, there's the steeple.
Break the windows?
Well, not even just that.
I'll
There
tell
is
her.
a non-destructive method known as one of you knows how to turn into small animals. And is
Turn into
stronger
small
than the slime.
Open the door.
Much.
I
taller.
have an 8 to strength.
But you're
That's
also tall.
mine.
stronger
More
than
to
Stella,
strength.
and you're taller.
Oh, well, I mean,
Because Stella's main issue was just that she was too short.
have I used both of those already, though?
My thing says
mean-
that you haven't used either of them.
I haven't. Okay, sounds like a
Because it's
fantastic
also
idea.
per a short rest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
okay,
did
I
many of
did.
those.
Which, did we do a short rest last time? No.
Yes, because days have passed.
Yes, you have most definitely short rested since the woods
Bees.
encounter.
Oh.
I don't think you've short rested since the bees encounter. But you also didn't use a wild shape during that. So you have both of them available.
No, that's not the worst idea. Yeah, I'd like to wild
man.
shape into a mouse.
Okay. So you turn into a mouse, and in the mouse form, you very easily fit through the probably 12 by 7 inch crack between the stones. Coming into this area, you see it's a relatively large sanctuary area, but you see amongst there's rows of pews or these long bench seating, and then at the front, instead of I would assume that you've at least been inside like a temple to the Dawnbringer or a similar deity, where usually these statues or carvings or different symbols to represent that deity are dead center. This is a little different. In the center, there is a single altar, but instead of behind it being some intricate carving or representation of a god, you see on either side, kind of flanking this centerpiece, there are two carvings. One of a more masculine figure, one of a more feminine, both with kind of blank faces, but with their hands out, almost like they're scooping water, like the carving on the front door was. Both very well carved stone, maybe marble, but it's a bit dated. You can see cobwebs in corners, and everything has like a thin layer of dust to it.
They would. Stell, would you know what god this church worshipped? It was for?
I think it was the twin deities, which is kind of fitting, I suppose. Also, I set up a place for myself up in the rafters. Actually, I'm gonna go try to help open the door. If I'm helping me with this.
Yeah, sure. Let's. And I'll shape out. I hope I don't have
Now
to
you're
try to use
stuck.
another shape to get into it.
Go ahead and give me a strength check with advantage, since both of you are doing it now.
You, not me, clearly.
That was not very good.
The
Oh,
DC
my
is
die.
not that high.
Nat 20.
A nat 20. Now with both
Wasting
of
all
you,
the 20s
especially
on
since
stage.
Tuvala is a bit taller, you're able to push this, it's like a 4x4 or maybe a 4x6, that's just there to keep the doors from coming in. You lift it off of its two kind of hangers on either side of the doorway, and you are able to open the door and let Greg and Tara in.
Canonically strong bird lady.
Canonically strong. Gotcha.
Well, come on in, guys. So what's in our notes about like the lesser deities? That's just kind of our common knowledge that we already have.
Yeah. In the Roll20, there's the Pantheon tab with greater deities, lesser deities, and unknown entities. Greater deities are the more popular ones and the ones that are typically considered to be a lot more powerful. Lesser deities are definitely worshipped, but they're a bit more situational. With that being said, Yaru and Kroa, you would all know this from your time being in the world, are the twin celestial gods, or god and goddess, of youth and innocence. Yaru being the god of youth, and Kroa being the goddess of innocence. Typically, their symbol is of hands, kind of like cupping water, basically.
Oh, like how life's flowing. I like that.
Typically, they are worshipped by expecting parents, or by those who like being a little more childlike, in their with those that have more childlike
littles.
personalities.
The littles.
Not necessarily. I mean, sure, but they are worshipped all over the world of Iridel. They're just a little less popular and supposedly a little less powerful than gods like the Dawnbringer or Barris or Midri or Archon.
Which explains the church being abandoned.
Yeah, they're just a little less popular. It looked like this church at one time was relatively, it was at least built to house a large number of people. You see probably 20 rows of this bench seating, and it just looked like either there were less followers of these gods here than they thought when they built it, or something like that. It's not a far-off assumption to theorize that the church just ran out of money and was unable to keep itself afloat, as the gods weren't popular in comparison to the other temple in the city, which is the temple to the Dawnbringer, a much more powerful goddess.
Okay. So not ransacked or anything.
No, it's relatively the same. Like, the biggest thing is that there's cobwebs and just kind of like a fine layer of dust sitting on everything, other than where you two just walked, and you can kind of see like little like bits and pieces where Stella seemed to have come through or maybe cleaned something. But everything is it looks like a church that would be active in service, though no fires are lit and there's just a thin layer of dust. It doesn't look
Thought you meant there
vandalized
was-
or anything.
Like a little like Stella mark left over after going in and out of the crack all the time.
Yeah, that place doesn't have any dust on it, but kind of pretty much all of the bench seating does.
You're one of those putty, like, lint rollers.
That's literally what I was just thinking. I was like,
Please.
I would not want to stick around with this one of dust if I was.
I'd also like to think that like I would have like set up a little spot up in the back where in the rafters where there's maybe a ladder going up to it, and like
Yeah,
that's
you can do
where,
that. There is also like an office type area that is attached to the building. It is an L-shaped building, and the
That would work,
cathedral or sanctuary type part is just a rectangle. But there is a room where some of like the officials worked.
Paperwork area.
Yeah, paperwork area. So you can be in the rafters if you want, but there is also the office area if you would prefer.
I think I would prefer the rafters.
Okay.
It's closer to the
Yeah.
the
I'll,
statues.
I'll
and
say
two,
like you
it's
can see
not intrusive.
it kind of on the back wall, actually, not far from where you came in. You see a ladder that goes up to the rafters, and you can kind of see there's like in between these rafters there's kind of almost like a piece of like plywood. It's not plywood, but like a large sheet of some sort of material that looks like that's kind of where she's set up.
I would also say the wardrobe's currently set up there.
Okay. Upon climbing the ladder, you all see almost like what's it called?
Portable hole?
Yeah, like a portable hole, but it looks like fabric laid up against this wall, but it's just staying against the wall. And you can see
Did
it
you
almost
glue
looked drawn on, or like very nicely painted on. You can see like a painting of like a wardrobe, but what's interesting is while it looks like fabric with paint on it, it's open and it's three-dimensional, and you can actually reach into it, and you see several different outfits, dyes, and it looks like there's a drawer underneath.
You would probably see a few duplicates of the one that I was wearing when y'all first met, because I used their bit adaptations of, I would say, the clothes I found here, which means there was more than one outfit to have. But they're all the same in that regard, and there are some other ones. And there's also a keg up here, and that's about it.
Just by the way, she parties. That's all.
No, I sleep in the keg.
You see,
where I sleep.
She
Do you
fucking
use a liquid?
rages in this sanctuary.
Do what?
Do you sleep as a liquid?
Well, technically, I'm not. Yeah.
It's a little more than
ish.
just a liquid.
being a shape's kind of a conscious effort, I believe.
I mean,
Yes.
like, yeah. Do you just uncork the barrel, the keg, just go in and just? And
The
you're
keg
just-
has like a removable lid. It's not like a cork.
And the lid is off of it as well. So, but it's
Okay.
it's comforting.
Noticeably, none of the stuff up here has dust on it, but
Anyway,
Just-
so what brought you by?
code what we need to do to help. We're in charge of floral arrangements.
Well, that's nice.
Don't let her deceive you. Somebody went upstairs, came down with a very large amount of money. I'm assuming you didn't know she had. Saying she could instantly purchase that old house that we got from the beekeepers just now.
I see.
I'm very interested in the idea of owning it, and our kind caretakers at the guild said that they would help us in buying it in the event that we helped with the Day of Ash Festival.
That's fine with me. I mean, I have to move, but there's not really much here. It's mine, so.
Well, we imagine that it'd be a lot easier to help you move if you didn't have to slip everything back through that crack.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
I will say it
I had
is
to
a
stick-
smaller keg as well. It's not like a keg. It's like
had to stick-
keg.
Yeah, I had to stick the keg in the wardrobe to get it in the first time. Oh, I'm sorry. I closed that and put it away.
You see, she like closes the little like wooden and glass door to it, and then she grabs like a corner of the wardrobe and just peels it off the wall and rolls it up like it's a map.
Greg needs to sit
And
down.
just use,
What
like,
magic is this?
and stick it through, like, basically it would be like between the back of my shirt and my flesh, but technically I'm pushing it into my flesh too. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know. That's weird of describing it.
You can see through her neck. You can see it like in her.
Greg
And
needs
it
to
just
sit
slowly
down.
moves down below the
Take a minute.
Greg
This is
almost
not
falls
free
from the
magic.
rafters.
Yeah, it's not like I jumped back. I just went like completely still and started tilting.
Greg gets vertigo from not understanding extra dimensional storage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Greg was made to climb trees and kill things and then die.
Anyway,
Greg falls from rafters, takes 6d6 fall damage.
Please don't.
what do y'all have in mind for that? The decor where I mean.
Pardon?
What do y'all have in mind for the decor?
Well, we are on floral duty.
You are on
Greg,
all
you-
decoration for the ball duty.
Yeah, specifically for the ball. What are the colors for the Day of Ash again?
That's up to y'all.
Red,
Heck
oranges,
yeah!
and grays, I would presume, because ash and fire.
Fine with me.
Y'all can choose. Traditionally, it is like reds, oranges, a little bit of like yellow, and then like grays, a little bit of black.
Oh.
It really depends, and it changes from year to year slightly, but y'all can do whatever you want.
Yes.
Okay.
So, if you want to do it different, that could be cool.
See, I gave you this job, that way I didn't have to plan it.
I
Yeah.
already know what I'm gonna go get.
And what would that be?
Well, let's go get stuff and you'll find out.
Okay.
Do we
Um,
wanna stop here where we're just getting ready to set things up since it is 11:55
I was gonna say,
and
we
Elf
will...
has to do the
Yeah, we will end tonight with y'all going shopping. So
Do you want to know what I grabbed first, or do you want me to wait?
I want you to wait, and basically what we will do is we will do a small time skip to the day of the ball
Alright.
starting next week. And that is where
Because you're
you will describe outfits. If you're in anything other than your normal outfit, you'll describe what you look like, and you should all describe how you decorate the ball, and then we will go from there.
Right.
With that being said, you won't have the house yet. That will still be in process, so y'all will be temporarily staying in the tavern, or in the rooms upstairs of the tavern. But I would like y'all to use this coming week to. I highly recommend you discuss together and not just think about it individually and then try to collaborate next week during the session. Try to do it outside of the session. That way we can just get pretty descriptions of everything. And we will do that next week.
Alright.
And y'all will be in charge of decorating for the ball in Central, or in the Central
Okay.
Square.
Alright.
Sounds cool.
Okay.
Hey.
I think that'll be all for tonight's stream. Thank you so much. I hope you all have enjoyed, and we will. I'm trying to think. We are playing for the next several weeks. We don't have any planned interruptions until the week of Thanksgiving. We probably will not play. Well, we might be able to. It depends on B and I's travel, as we are traveling that weekend.
So it depends on when we switch to Saturdays.
That is true. It also depends on if our schedule changes to Saturdays, which is an option. So we will have to plan that a little bit further, but then we will update everyone as soon as we find out. So I hope you've enjoyed, and have a good night. Bye, stream.
Bye.